So thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I wanted to circle back with all of the different departments today, having you in one room, on some previous conversations that I've had with each individual person that's here, talking about the different challenges on document management that you have. And in our previous meeting, if you all recall, I asked each and every one of you, are there ways that your campus and your school would be better, would work better, with a smarter document and security strategy? Your answer was, of course, yes. Based on individual answers from the various departments I spoke to, some of your priorities were ease of use for your scanning, increased security, freeing up time with IT, a mobile print solution, and reducing cost for all of your outsourcing that you're doing. Xerox has worked with many medium-sized universities like yours to solve these common challenges. Based on what you identified as some of your top priorities here at the school, I'd like to show you some of the features from the Connect Key 2016 platform that will change the way you use your Xerox MFP. I would also like to touch base on the 3 standard applications that come ready to use on the iSeries MFPs that we have. These are the App Gallery, at Print by Xerox, and the QR code reader. And then at the end, I will allow time for wrap-up and questions. Does this sound like a workable agenda? So the first feature that I'm going to talk about and the first challenge that you had was with scanning. Most businesses don't have a structure when it comes to scanning. You have 1 or 2 people that are doing all of the scanning for all of the different departments. As I talk to you, you have the exact same challenges. There's 1 or 2 people that are doing all of the scanning for all of your, not only your staff and faculty, but also the students as well. The Xerox App Gallery comes standard on the MFP, and what it does is it offers ready-made apps that improve productivity, such as print and scanning, to various different cloud repositories such as Dropbox, Google Drive, Office 365, and the Box. This allows you to browse all of your cloud folders and either print or scan directly at the MFP interface, which is exactly like you would be standing in front of your printer, right on the touchscreen. One of the greatest features of having one of the smart MFPs is that if one of the ready-made apps doesn't fit your work solutions, we can actually custom build apps for you, such as Scan to Email or Scan to Multi-Destination, and it'll include your workflow, and we can customize it to how you work on a day-to-day basis. These customized apps, what they do is they allow for simplified scanning and archiving by allowing you to enable an icon right at the interface. You can put your face on it, you can put the different departments on it, you can put your school logo on it. You go and you press the application and your face or however you've customized it, and the workflow is customized directly to you. So I have to ask you, how would that simplify your workflow and give you time for other projects? The second challenge that you have was increased security. So your MFP is a network device, and that presents a risk that requires the same protection as any other network device, such as your laptop, your phone, your iPad, your networked TV at home. Xerox is actually the first printer copier solution provider that has partnered with McAfee Security, and it provides out-of-the-box security. So built in the actual multifunction printer out of the box is a feature called whitelisting. And what whitelisting allows you to do is it only allows trusted applications and codes to run through the Xerox device instead of having to constantly being worried of new codes or new applications that you might have missed on your blacklist that doesn't allow things. You have a shorter whitelist that only allows certain applications or codes to go through. IT loves this because it saves so much time and so much energy of constantly having to update a blacklist. You have a short whitelist and only those things are allowed to go through. What we also do is we offer an embedded image overwrite, and what that is it scrubs the disk after every job, or if you don't want it to scrub after every job, you can also schedule it to scan off hours when maybe the campus is a bit slower, during evening hours, or on weekends. So how with these increased security features would you have a better peace of mind with your multifunction printers on campus? The third challenge was freeing up time for IT. IT is run ragged on your campus, running through different buildings and different locations at all times, fixing things as simple as a paper jam that somebody can't figure out and puts in a service call for. They should be used for bigger projects than that and not something so simple. So one of the features that IT does like that comes standard with our multifunction printers is the ability to actually remote into the MFP from any location with the IP address. And what this is called, it's called the remote control panel. It's a two-way communication that they can troubleshoot. They can reduce help desk calls by logging into the MFP remotely and solving issues right at their desk or wherever they may be located at the time. We also have built-in features with our MFPs that are that IT controls that save that there's a cost control feature built into them as well. They're called user permissions and application defaults. What that does is it allows controls over prints of who prints where, when, and what time. So if you wanted to control color or you wanted to control only certain departments printing from certain applications in color, you can do that as well. And at the end of the day, it ends up saving the campus a significant amount of money on color costs. So my question would be, what could IT be spending its time for if they're not solving little tiny problems like that and they could solve everything remotely? So the fourth feature was the mobile print solutions. Everyone has a smartphone, a tablet, an iPad, or something mobile these days, especially students. But what happens when they need to print documents that they have stored on those to a device? With the @Print by Xerox, students can actually print to any device off or on campus with the application installed right at the multifunction printer. It's as simple as sending the document that you want to print to print@printbyxerox.com, and any of the multifunction printers for the I-series that we're proposing will have that built in. So they go up to the application, they release their document right at the application so that's secure and it's stayed there until they physically release it. So the great thing about the solution is that it comes standard, as I said, on all the I-Series MFPs devices, and it is secure as well. So it is stored on a cloud and only released when they're right at the MFP, including their code and that they've personalized themselves. We also offer a standard QR code application, and it comes standard on the multifunction printers of the I-Series as well, that pairs your mobile device with the MFP without having to know any sort of IP address. You just scan the code into your phone, and any sort of mobile application that's on that device will automatically be directed to your phone. Could you see the ease and convenience of the mobile print and how that would benefit your campus? So the final thing was reducing costs of outsourcing. Universities are a great mix of different cultures and different ethnicities, but with that comes different languages and the need for translation at times. There's communication going back and forth to parents or communication going back and forth to students where their first language might not be English, Spanish, or French. You've shared with me that you're currently outsourcing all your communication for any sort of translation to a third-party vendor. With the Easy Translator app, students can actually go up to the multifunction printer, enter their document that needs to be translated, and select the language that they'd like it to be translated in, and it shoots at the other end, translated in whatever language they have. It's a great way to save on any sort of outsourcing costs, but the great part about it is that faculty and staff can both use it, and when students use it, you can actually structure it so there's a little bit of a kickback and a sort of profit for the school, and they can charge a small minimal fee to the students to use the application as well. So not only is it saving you money on outsourcing, but it's also making you a small profit with students translating documentation as well. Have I showed you the potential of cost savings and both profit with this application? So in recap, I think the main focus here is that an MFP is no longer just an MFP. They do way more than just basic copy, scanning, and fax at this point. We offer security, cost controls, ease of workflow, mobile printing, translation, and as you can see, a lot more. So can you imagine using all of the features of your school and how it would make your school and campus more efficient, more productive, and save you money at the same time?